Okay, so in Ragnarok is one character, one of the goddesses, Aphrodite, that is the only goddess we not know yet anything about what kind of power she have. The only thing we know that she have three big golems that goes with her. She can sit on them and all this kind of thing. So my speculation here, this is just my speculation, is that they have give her the ability what Medusa have in the real story, but in the manga, the Aphrodite will have the ability to put people in stone, but at the same time she can control her golems as some kind of a bodyguards, I think. This is just my speculation that she will use them as a bodyguard, because I think that she can fight. But I think she will not fight personally, but she will use her stone golem to fight for her in the battle, and this kind of thing. So I don't know if we will see that fight with Aphrodite fight against some of the demons. What I think will happen in the future of Ragnarok, obviously spoilers, but right now our first hint to the demon world and our first demon is obviously Hygiene, and Hygiene is the person that fights right now with Buddha in chapter 50 and continuation in chapter 51. And I think right now, a reason why right now the demon start to come up to fight is because two of the most powerful gods in Ragnarok is killed. So it's much more easier right now for the demons to invade. So there's lots of confusion and chaos, and because it's obviously we go back from the beginning, it's a battle between human and god. If the human win, the human will live 10,000 more years, and if the gods win, the human will be destroyed. They will get washed away. So that means that there was a battle between different god and different human, famous human from history, and obviously famous god from different mythology, like Poseidon, Zeus. On the human side, you have Shiv, you have Adam, you have Jack the Ripper, and so on. You have Lubu. You have famous human and famous god. And some battle the human win, some round the human win, and some rounds the god wins. And we first round was Thor win that battle. The second round was Zeus, he win that round. But the third and the fourth, the human win, like against Poseidon, and Jack the Ripper defeat Hercules. So that means. And obviously after that we have Buddha and the seven unlucky god. After that you have continuation with battle with Buddha and Hygiene. And obviously Hygiene is in chapter 51 was confirmed that in some ways the Hygiene was the seven unlucky god was poisoned from a kind of a worm, like a toxic worm that was put in his neck from Beelzebub. So it's something with Beelzebub, and I think right now that Beelzebub and Loki work together with the demons to take over power, but in some way they won't. They try to take over the power, and I think they want to take out Odin and Zeus to rule themselves. So maybe we're gonna be some kind of a big civil war between some of the gods will join the humans, and some of the gods will join demons and Loki and Beelzebub in the future of the chapter Reckoning of Ragnarok. That is just my speculation here, what I think will happen in the future. But obviously we have to wait very, very long for that, because reason why is because it takes a very long time for each chapter to get released. In comparison, for One Piece, we always get comparison. For One Piece, we always get 3 chapter each week. In Reckoning of Ragnarok, we have to wait sometime 3 months for each chapter. I don't know, it's a bit long waiting time, I think, for each chapter. But the latest they have released, the company from Reckoning of Ragnarok, was kind of a mini series about Lubu, how Lubu will join the battle of Reckoning of Ragnarok. I have not yet read the 6-7 chapters about the mini series about Lubu. But just explain who Lubu is, and Lubu is one famous general of the Free Kingdom. He's not one of the Blood Brothers, but he is one of the big bad guys of the Blood Brothers in Free Kingdom. Guan Yu, and you have the other 2, and then you have Lubu, and Lubu was the first fighter in Reckoning of Ragnarok that was killed of Thor. Thor killed Lubu. So he was probably the weakest human of that battle. But he's the strongest warrior of China, and so on. Obviously, Thor is very strong. The only reason why Sasaki was victorious against Poseidon was because that Poseidon was so arrogant, and that is the only reason that Sasaki defeat Poseidon, is because of this. Because if Poseidon have taken this battle seriously from the start, he will defeat Raiden in 2 seconds. If he takes the battle really seriously and use his full strength. You have to understand, there was his home battlefield. We have the water around him, so the only reason Sasaki defeat Poseidon was because of this. Because Poseidon never took this battle seriously from the start to the end. And then obviously the second battle was with Jack the Ripper and Hercules, and obviously Jack the Ripper was extremely overpowered with his abilities. And you have to understand, the only thing that makes Hercules different from the normal human is that he is super strong. He's not immortal. Hercules can get damage of normal weapons. The only reason why he wins so much is because he's so strong, and because Jack the Ripper was much too much for Hercules, because of his ability to transform the London city to a living weapon with his ability. So he obviously defeat Hercules. Obviously Jack the Ripper and Hercules is not my favorite character in Reckoning of Ragnarok. Probably it is my least favorite, and so on. So, this is what I want. What I want, obviously, for season 2. I really hope, because of the episode in season 1 was only 25 minutes, and to save more space for more episodes in Reckoning of Ragnarok in season 2, I really want them to make the episode longer. So instead of just 3 fights with Hercules and Jack the Ripper, I think they can do 1 or maybe 2 episodes that is 50 or 40 minutes. So we can see the whole episode, 2 episodes in one time. So we don't have to wait 3 episodes, and then we're only gonna have 3 episodes with Shiva and Raiden, and then 2 episodes or just 1 episode with Buddha and the 7 unlucky guard, because you have to understand Jack the Ripper's backstory is extremely long. So I think they have to do something that we can have more time for the other fights, but don't take anything away from this fight with Jack the Ripper Hercules, because I don't want to see 4 episodes with the same 2 characters, and then we only get 1 or 2 episodes each for the other one. I really hope that they make the episode longer, so we can see just have more space for more episodes. So if you can give Jack the Ripper and Hercules battle 50 minutes or 60 minutes, and just each of the battles 60 minutes, and just so we just have more time and more explanation between the fight and backstories, and that is just what I want. Different people maybe want different thing, but that is just my wish for season 2 of Ragnarok. Is just that, because there was one thing. If you see Lubu's backstory, very short. If you see Thor's backstory or Poseidon's backstory was really short. Probably the shortest backstory so far is Poseidon's. The longest backstory in season 1 was probably Sasaki's backstory was probably the longest in season 1, but but if you compare it to Jack the Ripper's backstory, is humongous long episode, that backstory. So I really hope they will do something smart about this, because some people really love it. Some people really love Jack the Ripper's backstory, really love it. But for me, it was a pain, really pain to read that. I think even I jump over it. If I should be totally honest here, I think I even jump over that chapter, that backstory, and ignore it. I probably jump over 3-4 chapters, because I can stand to read about the same person too much. So I think give longer episode, but don't, if you put it in different, if you make the episode too short, we probably don't gonna have the time for the other ones. And I really want to see Shiva and Raiden's backstory and their fight, and obviously I want to see Buddha and Buddha's fight with 7 unlucky guard, all the way to probably last episode in season 2 probably will be the transformation of the 7 unlucky guard to Hygiene and the Berserker demon, and so on. I think that is our probably our 4 episode we will see in season 2. Some people really like season 1, and some people don't like season 1 so much. But obviously you cannot please everybody. No manga, no anime is gonna everybody like, but it's a good show. If you like the fight, if you like kind of different famous people from history fight against famous god from different mythology, absolutely, I strongly recommend the show then. Yeah, I think it's very obviously it's very nice that Netflix have put on themselves to release different anime shows, and I think it's very nice. The newest one is Shaman King, reproduction of a new version of Shaman King season 1. So that is nice. I look forward to that. Obviously, that is one other one, and then we have some other new anime show that they will release. So this is very nice. So obviously, what for me personally, obviously season one will be a bit better in season one because two of my favorite characters is in that, or only one, maybe only one of them. But for example, Shiva is one of my favorite characters. It's obviously is a big controversy with Shiva in India. Because some people are a bit angry because they have Shiva as a fighter in an anime show, and they think they make Shiva bit ridiculous, if I'm allowed to say that. They may I can agree in some point with that they made, but you have to understand all of the other gods in Ragnarok is really dumbed down in comparison how they are in the real mythology story. For example, Aphrodite. For example, you have Ares. For example, all of them is very, very much like image of modern culture. For example, you have obviously this is a spoiler. For example, Hades. Or Beelzebub is very much look like they are K-pop stars or J-pop stars. They don't look like they are in the books, in the old books. They are like very, very much like popularized, pop cultureized, or even Ares is very, very much. How can I say that? Ares is very much a overdrive of masculinity. You understand what I mean? He's overdrive over it. He's like so ridiculous muscle that it almost looks funny when you look at him. Almost all of the characters in Ragnarok are these kind of people. They are ridiculous big muscle. So they're almost funny to look at. They are ridiculous. They are they are ridiculous. They are not. They almost look stupid. So every of the god, even of the human in Ragnarok look very stupid. They don't look like people. They look like cartoons. So I don't think it's only Shiva that have that draw of that card. I think all of the characters in the show is very stupefied and very, very much. They look funny, simple like. I don't think you should take it seriously when you watch it. I don't think it's just a fun action battle manga show. It's a good one. It's a good one. But they are very different from, for example, One Piece or Shaman King or Bleach or Ronan or Kensei. It's very or Detective Conan. This is very different from them because this one is much more adventure, obviously more adventure, more different culture aspects. Specific for One Piece is much more culture into it from different countries and so on. So they are more over. They are more Ragnarok are more overdrive with stupidity, masculinity. If I can say it like this, I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it's like. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's good, but ridiculous.